Sail to adventure in the seas with Nemo's War.
So let's talk about replayability, because that's pretty much what we're all about here at Marathon Meeples. I will say this. When I got the box and I opened it up, I thought, wow, okay, I was expecting a little bit more there in terms of just sheer components. The game is expensive. It's in the Lacerda price range. But then the more I kind of got into what's inside of the box and just the level of detail that comes with just generally any Victory Point game, the level of development, it started to just kind of grow on me and say, you know what? Maybe I just don't have as many bits and pieces. It's not like a Kickstarter thing where I got 8,000 plastic little meeples. But the sheer amount of time and development that has gone into this game is mind-blowing. So we have the Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition now comes with 2 rule books. I think one's 36 pages, the other is 38. There's great examples throughout. This game actually has a pretty long lineage. Now, Lisa she's seen my Victory Point games in the past, and if you haven't seen basically Victory Point, the old school Victory Points and the old school Nemo's War, what came in a plastic bag, and it was pretty much a ship to print order. And eventually, if you got really lucky, you would get a cardboard pizza box and you'd get your components in that. And now this kind of
and
a
paper napkin
yes,
to wipe the soot off your fingers, because the chits would leave soot. So no white playmats allowed.
Yeah, the wipes a lot. That was actually a disappointment. When I opened the box, it didn't come with a wipes a lot. That'd be like a cool thing. Almost for like the lineage of a Victory Point game, they should keep that in there. Anyways, we're getting off the point. So to get us back on track, the development is certainly there. The 2 rule books are welcome. I think it helps you really learn the game very quickly. And once you actually dive into the components that are in the box, I think the quality is high. The card quality, very high. You get over 100 adventure cards, which are kind of just essentially mini events that you play throughout your game, which can kind of dictate which way you're going. The card chits, and you always love the word chits, for the ships are of a high quality. The board is great. It's a nice printed board. There's no playmat here, or no cardboard map like you would get in the old games. So everything is going to hold up over time. And the one thing with this game is I think the replayability comes through a number of different ways. When we played this, I've played this a couple of times, but she has played this one time with me. We played the solo mode as a co-op. The game does officially come with a co-op mode and a versus mode and a solo mode. We played the solo mode and we just kind of like made decisions together. But we played the explore motive. So what the game comes with, it comes with 8 motives. And those will dictate kind of what your goals are. Some motives you're trying to get more treasure. Other ones you're trying to sink more boats. Other ones you're trying to inspire more uprisings. So that will always kind of change up your game. And then you throw in the events and then a plethora of dice rolls throughout. I could literally play this game, I feel, like 50, 100 times. I'm not going to see the same game, and you're constantly going to be getting better at it as long as the dice can go your way. So I feel like from just a general replayability standpoint, this thing it's going to be here for years in our collection, and I wouldn't see that I would get tired of it anytime soon.
Yeah, the adventure cards in and of themselves, because you're drawing them randomly for each turn, you're always going to get a different game. And then there's amazing flavor text on these cards as well. So if you are a person who has watched 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or read the book, then this may be an awesome game for you, because you really feel like you're in the Nautilus, navigating around and determining whether or when you want to attack. Or do you just want to go get some treasure at that island, incite an uprising, so you feel like you're kind of in the story. And they do an amazing job with the artwork and the flavor text on the cards. So if you want to play the game faster, you don't necessarily need to pay all that much attention to it. But if you're a person who really wants to dive into that theme,
I see what you did there. Dive in.
Yeah. Then you can really do that and submerge yourself fully in the story.
We're going full pun here.
We are.
Well, that's actually a very good point I didn't think of. And one of the things I like about playing war games is war games are always kind of telling a story. And they've done such a fantastic job with Nemo's War itself that on the back of the box and in the rule book it says, go to Gutenberg, read the book, or you can watch the movie on Disney Plus like we did. But you almost feel like you're almost in a real war game sense where it's like, okay, I understand some of this backstory and what I'm trying to accomplish as I'm just going about my tasks throughout the game. So yeah, I would agree. The flavor text adds quite a bit. And even just watching the movie on Disney Plus, or if you go rent it from the library or whatnot, it's a quick way to get into that system if you don't want to read the book. But having that extra little bit of knowledge of like, okay, what are some of Nemo's motivations, and obviously those can change as we just discussed, it adds just that much more to your play sessions.
So as Matthias said, this game's going to be in our collection for a long time because it will take us some time to master.
Yes.
So for us, this game goes the distance.